Oops. Whoa. Trying to test something real quick. Hold on. What moment? It's very finicky. Alright, there we go. Alright, here we go. So, if you're watching this, like on the VOD or whatever, you're probably wondering, why did it, in part 12, there's a massive jump of what's happening? It's because I streamed, and for some reason, when I updated Microsoft on my PC, it kind of bungled up my streaming software, and where's the quest at? Is it here? Yeah. And so the whole thing was muted. There was no sound, and so there's nothing I could do. So all that gameplay is basically gone. Doesn't really matter because not that much happened between the two, so.
That reporter's gotta be nearby. Ain't keen to jump to conclusions, but I think I got a notion of what we're doing here.
I'm Orland Crawford, the outsourced but never outmatched wartime correspondent for the ACS Undisputed Claim. You must be the grafted soldier, here to show us all what you can do.
The name's Inez, and yes, Willard Conan sent me to help you with some sort of... I don't know what, exactly.
Now, let's not skip on introductions. Who is this you have with you?
I'm an Earth Director agent.
Impressive, ain't it?
Can't say I've been terribly fond of your sort in the past. I'll just note you as a square yet effective ally. The soldier and the copper.
Vice President Conan said he was sending his best. So let's get on with it. Your mission is to infiltrate the Protectorate blockade to the north and capture it. Their defenses are too great to face head-on.
Didn't I already
So you
do
wanna
this?
sneak in through the back entrance. We've obtained the entry codes. Through great effort.
My camera drones will be filming the action from above, so do put on a good show. Blow up a few things, and use Inez's abilities to demonstrate the might of Auntie's choice. Yes?
I assume your troops will be helping with us?
Look around. What troopers do you think I can spare for this little stunt? I've got to hold this position in case you fail and rile the Protectorate even further. They've detained several of our scouts. I'd like to see them returned. If you deliver this weapons cache to them and free them, they might offer some aid in the fight.
This is quite the opportunity. Normally, a POW might be written off as shrinkage, an unfortunate, unavoidable loss. But their rescue will be worth far more in publicity.
So what? If I hadn't come along, you all would have left those troopers to rot.
Our motto is to leave no man behind, unless it breaches our contract and promises financial penalties, which this does. Now, take these codes for the back door and go.
Once you infiltrate the blockade, neutralize our foes, and open the gates, our remaining troops will move in to secure the blockade for ourselves. Any questions?
How do I get to the other side of the blockade?
Well, seeing as a tunnel has been punched through by that drill of ours, you should be able to mosey your way around the mountain to the back entrance.
Or you could go through the Automech production facility north of here. But that's where the scout who brought us the codes lost his life. So proceed with caution and a loaded gun.
Though I trust you may fare better than that poor sod did, I do look forward to seeing you take the fight to the Protectorate. It's about time Auntie gave him a good walloping. Ooh, and spare some time for me after you emerge victorious, won't you? What am I saying? Of course you will. Who wouldn't want to be interviewed for the wireless? Go on now.
So I'm guessing it was that big blockade I couldn't go through before. Okay. I could just go through the back, like he said. It's funny because I could do this. Wait. I can Commander has asked you to free the POWs in the blockade and arm them if possible. A large gate on the eastern side of the blockade must be opened to allow... Well, since I literally can do this. Fast travel right behind it. And go this way. Body found. What? I wonder if there's any way... Or do I have to go to the tunnel?
Here we are, about to kick the proverbial mantisaur nest. Hope you're ready for your close-up. Damn. Of course they got a bunker mech. We need to take it by surprise, without alerting the other troopers, mind.
Oh, we can just we can just blast it. I'm fine with blasting.
Trouble ahead.
It was nothing. Oh, these guys are tough.
It is the duty of every Protectorate soldier to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times.
Over here! Let us out!
How about you wait?
Ain't no way to leave us here. We still got 43 months of boot camp loans to pay off. Stop that scrounging around. Fake law. I thought we'd be trapped in here forever.
Hey, tell me you've got a plan to deal with these guys.
Knock off the funny business.
On your feet, soldiers. You're free.
Hot damn! You're a real grafted trooper! Our crew at the border ain't gonna believe this. Sure wish I were authorized to hand out 3.7% discounts, because you just earned one, friend. Our hosts are still walking about, and it seems we're without our weapons. You ain't happen to bring any, did you?
Oh yeah.
Oh, wonderful! Auntie always provides. Now, let's get out there and give those bastards the what for.
Yeah, just don't get killed. Oh no, they're gonna get killed.
We're taking my fight!
Let me know when you need a distraction.
Oh, we gotta kill that thing. Well, they die instantly.
Little pick-me-up for you.
Thanks.
Ready to take the heat off you, Commander. Just say which.
Maybe I shouldn't let him out. You guys died instantly. Max level.
Liquidate them.
Please. Thank you.
Medkit coming your way. Another ass kicking for the history books. Let's open the gate for that reporter and the troops before these bodies get cold.
Hack. Speech. Observation. Not bullshit, not ninja. Psychopath. Nope. 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 I might do face reader. Yeah, face reader. Yeah, I'm gonna do face reader. When an enemy gets within melee range, he activates a sonic shockwave. That's pretty good. Now, maybe do this. Alright, this one. This is probably turn off the yeah. Oh well. So what we do now, we unseal the eastern gate. Up here. You're welcome.
Over here! Let's have a word with the hero of the moment for the wireless. Well, the blockade is certainly ours now, but that was hardly more impressive than any other raid in this law-forsaken colony. I'm afraid my drones didn't get what we needed them to.
That hasn't stopped you lot from spinning a story before. You said something about an interview earlier. Well, I'll answer your questions. You'll make me look good in return?
It's audio only, Trooper. And you're working with a true professional now. Let me work, huh? Relax. Be authentically you, though you'd be wise to throw in a tagline or two. Ready?
Well,
Great! Recording's already begun. I'm here, live at the scene with the fearsome grafted soldier Inez. It's a shame you cannot see this, dear listener, for it is impressive indeed. Inez, your destruction of those dastardly Protectorate troops was awe-inspiring. You must feel like the employee of the month, having brought such a decisive victory to Auntie's choice.
I'm just doing my part. I joined up because I believed in our mission to liberate Arcadia. Reckon my actions illustrate that more than anything I could ever say.
She's too modest. She's a born marketeer. She recruited us for this mission all by herself.
Suppose I do know a thing or two about a pep talk. Given many in my time to troopers suffering injury or boredom.
How wonderful! I hadn't realized Inez here had initiated a recruitment campaign. Truly a lesson to us all. Dear audience, the voice you just heard is that of the soldier's close associate, an eyewitness to the battle and the marvelous carnage littering the land. You also freed some of our troopers from the Protectorate's fiendish grasp. One can only imagine the torture they suffered. Tell us about it. The rescue, in detail if you would.
Look, I did what anyone with an ounce of sense would do. Ain't gonna leave one of my own in such a state. And if I had it my way, I would have acted sooner.
If they allow you to fight again, you could prevent anyone else from getting captured. Their fellow soldiers never try to save them. Actually, it's a good thing we came along. If she had, the POWs still have their limbs and a taste of purple berry crunch.
Oh my! So the reports were true. A limb can be replaced, yes, but to hear that they are now immune to the joy that Auntie brings is quite horrifying.
It's something, all right. They were, certainly malnourished and bored. Suppose things may have gotten worse with time.
In any case, those soldiers can finally return to their postings again. Now, I've a question about your abilities, Inez. What sets a trooper like you apart from the rest?
These graphs make me stronger. Good in a bind. I know I'm a bit of a curiosity. Ain't too many of us left. But there is so much good we can do with grafting, if we try.
She's right, grafts could be used for anything and not just the battlefield.
I got a plan, see? To start the grafting program up again. The research is promising, and with the right backing, it could be a product that can better the lives of everyone.
A fascinating idea. I think we'd all sleep soundly if we knew more of you were running amok on our behalf. Before we wrap, have you anything else of note to tell our undoubtedly enraptured audience?
Inez, might be a good time for our product tagline.
Oh, I got one. Ain't just a tested and true product that'll put you over the top. A graft like mine might also get you into orbit.
Ah, I see.
No, it's pretty terrible.
Cheeky product placement for Zero G whiskey. Very well done, you. And that's a wrap. You can go back to slouching or sneering or whatever else it is you do.
Finally, that door would never end.
I regularly forget that the common folk just aren't as effervescent as I am when in front of a microphone. Astonishingly well. Rest assured, our listeners will be glued to their radios for all the lurid details and to hear more of my award-deserving reporting, naturally.
Well, that's a damn sight better than I was anticipating. Willard will have to make good on our deal now. Let's head back and speak with him.
You do that, and I will remain here burdened by the drudgery of war. Farewell.
Don't get shot. Hopefully this is the end of this place. Of this place. This world. I'm tired of going back and forth. Here we go. Oh, I can skip this. I didn't know that. Oh man, I wish I didn't that sooner. This way.
The story of Anti-Cleo versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation.
To Willa's office. Oh, hello.
So the conquering heroes have returned from the blockade. But perhaps heroes is too strong a term, considering the proof of your heroics is sorely lacking. The footage showing the taking of the blockade is near unusable. Oh, where are my manners? Commander, Inez, meet our new benefactor. This is the business partner I spoke to you about, and she has graciously agreed to fund our new venture.
Yes, we've met. Now, let's not get overly ahead of ourselves.
We did our job. Surely that's enough.
Putting on a show is 40% of the battle. The remaining 60% is messaging.
Well, I'd say these two certainly made our correspondence job easier. Only Auntie herself could have done a finer job at providing sound bites.
Let's try not to exaggerate. It was a fine showing. Now, with her as the face of the brand, we might really have something.
Look, I know I ain't exactly the profile of a business partner, but I know medicine, and I know the potential of grafts more than anyone. You'll not find my experience anywhere.
Perhaps so, but unfortunately I can't be expected to simply take your word for it. You know how it is. Low-level workers have a certain flair for lying and grifting, whilst concurrently exaggerating all accomplishments and ills.
But we can trust your word as her current supervisor. What sort of performance review might you give this associate?
Inez never gives up and always gets the job done, and bad footage doesn't change that.
Thanks.
That's a reasonable endorsement. Wouldn't fit in the one-line write-in space for her quarterly appraisal, but I suppose you couldn't know.
So we have a deal then? I admit that the raid and the interview may not have gone as swimmingly as I would have liked, but there is something there.
Suppose I can make good on the funding after all. We'll see in time where this arrangement leaves us. In any case, good day.
So that's it. We're clear to restart the grafting program, and you'll abide by my demands. No more senseless killing. No more hurting folk?
Of course not. Unless said folk agree to it. Yes, we are at an agreement. Consider this a bonus for your efforts. When the time is right, I will reach out to you for further planning. You have been instrumental, soldier. Inez, well done indeed.
What? No praise for me?
Afraid not. Farewell.
I get gypped. She probably wants to talk. Want to talk?
Never thought I'd be able to see the undisputed claim in all her glory.
Oh, okay.
Visiting was invite only for us troopers, and even then, you had to pay a month's salary to secure entry. Would have been worth every bit, though.
Alright. Back to the ship. Wait. What?
Okay, it is done.
What was I doing? I forget what I was doing for the main mission.
Have time for a chat, Commander? Willard, Vice President Conan, sent me a message just now about how the investment meeting went. Seems he showed off the footage from the blockade, interview and all, and they all agreed to fund the grafting program and start it up again in earnest. I think we actually pulled this off, Commander. They even thought to bring me into middle management for the program. Can you believe it?
That's great. When do you start?
After you and I finish what we set out to do for Arcadia, of course. I'd say closing these rifts take priority over a career change. I'm realizing now that I never really imagined something like this was possible. After ending my contract like that, never thought I'd be at the forefront of a military campaign. Never thought I'd be able to change much about Auntie's choice, let alone that I'd want to. But here I am. Reckon you could say I proved myself after all. Thank you, Commander, for everything.
You're very welcome.
Anyhow, that's enough sorting my thoughts for the moment. We got a galaxy to save.
So she has an upgrade now. Let's see. When an Nez kills a human or creature, a medicine pack drops near the target. Okay. Next combat drug auto injects now also grant temporary down resistance. I do damage resistance. And Nez weapon now automatically reloads. Yeah, we do that. We do that. We be doing that. Ooh, that was loud. Wait, I don't have any side quests here for companions, right? Oh, this. Let's do this real quick. Loud noise incoming. Guess not, never mind. Alright, we need her. Here? Investigating anchor hold. Assisty pig. It's been a minute since I've been here.
Do you believe Arcadia shall ever return to how it was?
I wish. Between the invaders, order defecting, no purpose.
What caused the schism between the Protectorate and the Order? The Consul tried to kill Poseidon Fisher.
Investigate the anchor hold. I don't even get over there. Nope. Nope. How do I get over there? Got so many grenades. Alright, here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I didn't expect us to wander into the scene of a murder, but somehow I'm not entirely surprised. Anomalous events have a way of spreading, multiplying. We should find a way inside. There might be clues to what happened, and where Anais's research is now.
There were two Anchorists in there earlier. I only see one body.
They should have been sealed in that room to focus on their studies uninterrupted. No one in or out. I'd suspect the missing anchorite knows something at least.
Yeah, of course.
We should ask her. Might be some signs in there of where she went. The terminal at Winter's Grasp said Anais' work was sent here. There might be signs of that, or where the missing anchorite got off to.
She got her brains blown out. It seems like I can get in there somehow. Just a thing right there. Oh, duh. It's right here. Blunt force trauma. She got battered. Okay, I am not reading all of this.
I've had a chance to look around. You seem like you've done a thorough sweep. We should discuss what we've uncovered.
I identified the body. It was Anchoress Chow.
Poor thing. Blunt force trauma to the occipital lobe, I believe. Possible signs of an altercation. Might have been an accident. Might not have been. Hard to say with just a superficial glance. At the very least, her cloister mate Anchoress Brunn has some explaining to do.
The data pad had references to the research at Witcher's Grasp.
I saw that. I believe it was Anchoress Chow's diary. Spoke about regular visits by an exemplar Southworth, who requested access to Anais' work. Chow seemed worried they were conspiring about something. That they'd mentioned an old order research station.
Do you see what was posted? It looked like some kind of super dense logic puzzle manifesto.
A disputation of current order methodology. Focuses mainly on our presiding bishop, but saves ample room for the Laureate Council and previous regime as well. I believe I got the gist by efficiently skimming. The general concern is that the order has lost its way. My old department is repeatedly mentioned in a favorable light. Anais' work is regarded highly.
Have you drawn any conclusions from all this?
I don't know what happened to Anchoress Chow, but leaving a body behind is suspicious. And the disputation reads like a call to arms for any fringe thinkers in the order.
Where do you think Brunn went?
That old research facility seems the most likely spot to look next. I know the coordinates on Eden, placed by the name of Point Obviation. There's no destroying the copies at this point, I'm afraid. We're past that. The research is out there. We need a way to keep anyone from taking it up further in the future. If we go in guns blazing from here, it will only continue. We need a plan to annihilate the idea.
How are you sure it will continue?
I've seen it happen. Things can take on a life of their own at a certain point. The more overt the response, the more unexpected the outcomes. We developed tactics at the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection to minimize unforeseeable consequences. We can discuss once we see the situation on the ground.
All right, back to the ship.
Yes, time to seek out Anchoress Brunn.
All right, I probably could just get to the. Oh, I can't fast travel from here. How did I get in here? Is it this way? No, it definitely wasn't that way. Ooh. Money, money, money. Loads of money. How do you get out of here? This way? There's no door. Maybe it was this way. Usually I'm more thorough than this. I can't believe some stuff I didn't pick up. I'm lost. Okay, so this is where I came for. I didn't come from that way. I must have had to come this way. Okay. Down. Okay, we have to come this way. This way. Through here. Please. Let me out. Okay. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Can I get through this? Nope. Not through there. Through here? Yeah, here we go. No, I lied. This is not the way. What? What is happening? How do I get out of here? Oh, how do I... Okay, here we go. This has to be it. Please. No, it's not. This is that's not it. Dude, I'm losing it. All right, here we go. Finally, jeez. What the heck? All right, back to the ship, which is somewhere. Here we go. Oh, well, look at that. It's actually a different location. That's actually something entirely new. Wow. I didn't know that was a thing. Okay, never mind. It's pretty small.
Halt! Abide! Cease any and all manner of perambulation.
What?
Don't know who you all are, but unexpected guests are categorically unwelcome here. How'd you even find this place? Maybe I should just shoot you and glean details from your logs.
Ah, Exemplar, if I may. Surely you recognize such a notable member of our cohort, Marisol Delgado. The Endpoint?
I can't recall if I ended whoever came up with that name. Surely hope so.
You were head causality intercessor of the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, right up till the end, correct?
More or less.
Well, what a fortuitous alignment of low probability events this is. Our efforts here are based on your former department. You should confer with Ancrus Brunn straight away. Say when Ancrus first arrived, was she kicked in someone else's blood? No. As the brain of this operation, she usually leaves that sort of work to Exemplar Southworth here.
Anchor's Brun caked in blood. That's quite amusing. But no, I escorted her here myself, and surely would have noticed. We actually sought to find you and others of your program, Intercessor Delgado. A serendipitous event, you arriving. Nonetheless, I'd ask you to follow certain precautions. Will you heed all requests and vouchsafe for your colleagues here? Them being unknown to us and all.
We'll mind our manners, Exemplar. I'll see to it.
Then, you may all proceed. You'll find Wilhelmina up the lift, 4th floor.
Welcome to Point Obviation.
I have a feeling we're gonna start blasting.
Anchor's Brun is continuing Anais' research from Winter's Grass. I'm sure of it. Best play along for now, until we can ascertain the best course of action.
She's got the right of it. There's far too many guards for us to take on alone.
Are you kidding me? We've been... What? How many people we killed? All just three people? And a whole army of people we've been killing, and you're afraid of these people? Are you kidding me?
No, is that Marisol?
The Endpoint herself. I thought she was a myth.
Let's be on our best behavior. Don't even breathe.
Don't breathe. Yeah, don't breathe. Just stop breathing. Make my job easier.
Look, everyone. It's the Endpoint. Come to join us, I take it.
I do have a unique interest in what you all are doing here.
Sure are a lot of guards. We'll be fine.
I am a longtime vocal exponent of your work, Intercessor Delgado. Hope you don't mind me saying. Go on up. You're expected.
So there's 4 floors. Research and experiment. I feel like we'll be here for a while.
Doubt the Anchoress will walk away from the research lightly. May require some aggressive convincing.
Is this the last tablet? No. Logs. Trials and tribulations. Auto Research Station 99139 is better known by its shorthand point yet in the world ruled by logic reason. This is where that lady was a seer.
Oh, who's this?
You again.
Oh, yes, I remember you. We met earlier at the site of my former seclusion. I've heard much of your exploits since. If I recall correctly, you helped prove Anchoress Chow's argument that violence is sometimes necessary. I admit I have modified my stance toward that more recently. I understand you allowed Seer Wiley to go free, yes? Once was a time I would have made that exact same decision. And you're Marisol Delgado. We've never met somehow, but I've read your file. An impressive body of work, though often quite mortiferously inclined?
Less so over time. There were too many pesky repercussions, I came to find.
Yes, well, to what do we owe the pleasure? Are you familiar with our goals? Come to join up, perhaps, or should I say re-enlist?
Re-enlist? What are you talking about?
Surely you're aware of the myriad errors of our current presiding bishop and previous regime. One of whom shut down the division that operated here, the other squandered it. Our sect aims to end human suffering, sooner than later. We've taken great inspiration from your former department, from their methods and their science. To solve the universal equation in our lifetime requires bold action, clever calculation, and assiduous work.
Why choose such a remote location?
The facility was originally utilized in experiments by the Department of Preemptive Causal Redirection, so it's highly appropriate for the vital work we're doing here. The Exemplar told me of it during her visits to the anchor hold, and shared research from Sia Bujold. It convinced me to leave my seclusion, which I did not undertake lightly. Bujold's thinking was unconventional, ahead of her time. Why, in fact, she's here with us now today, overseeing an experiment that proves her researchers' theories.
Really?
What?
Sir Bujold is here, at present, in this facility? The one we're presently standing in?
That doesn't make any sense. What's this experiment she's helping with?
The intent is to represent the building blocks of the universe within a test chamber, then extrapolate data revealing the universal equation from the micro-universe that forms. All very groundbreaking and exciting. I've been pacing about my little cell smiling all day at just the very thought.
Sounds like it could change everything, one might say.
Why, you should go see for yourself. As former colleagues, I'm sure you'd like to reacquaint. Go on. I'll call down to let her know you're coming.
She's just downstairs?
Yes, she's monitoring the experiment. I'll have elevator access unlocked so you can join her. Do please stay in the observation area, though. The work is quite delicate. We'll speak further after you check over Sia Bujold's work and the experiment concludes. Oh, so exciting.
Something ain't right. Something's fishy. Alright, I'm just making sure. Alright. Make sure OBS is still working right. Downstairs.
How much longer do you predict preparations will take?
Almost ready. Perfect timing for my former colleague to peer review my work. I'll press them to verify my settings. Thereupon we will begin.
Splendid. While others pontificate, we act. I await word of our success with bated breath.
Head Intercessor Delgado, what an opportune time for you to appear. At the perfect moment to assist our experiment.
What in the endless void are you?
Shh. Comms off, but others are near. I need your aid before this ridiculous affair careens into disaster. Can I rely on you this time? Or will you already intend on scurrying away again?
Wait. Hold on, what are you even doing here?
I came to derail this line of inquiry in such a discommodious way that no one would ever consider trying it again. For all the aforementioned reasons of it likely causing, or at least queuing up and leading to, the end of all things. You chose to leave me behind, again. So when they came calling, I thought it an opportunity to sort it all myself. Yet, admittedly, at this moment, I could use your assistance.
This shouldn't be your burden. It's on me.
You don't get to decide that, or adjudicate, or coolly comment in a steely growl. Not falling for that a 10th time. Help, or stay out of my way.
Let's move on.
The test involves 4 stations. Each represents one of the fundamental building blocks of the universe. Zeranium gas, macro-ivs, nucleons, N-rays. All the usual stuff. That test chamber is where all are meant to mix. To simulate a mini-universe I can apply my theories to, pull data from, and deduce the universal equation in a reduced time frame. We know what happens if that's successful. So I need you to muck with each station's settings, then initiate the experiment.
What exactly does muck with entail?
All you need to do is adjust each station's settings slightly. Things will cascade from there. Remember, subtlety is required.
Yes, if we alter the experiment input data in a less than delicate fashion, Brunn will notice, I assure you.
The guards on the 2nd floor won't appreciate visitors, so avoid getting spotted. Here's a maintenance key. Head down the vent.
Another day, another vent.
It's only the fate of the galaxy riding on it, so perhaps try to be careful.
Time to sneak. Alright, let me put on my sneaking gear, which is somewhere in here. Is it? Yeah.
I trust that is the sound of science going exceptionally well.
Who said that?
Spotted trouble.
Indelibly eradicate algorithms.
Some guy right there. Ideal setting 300p. Do not alter. You gonna move? Yeah, okay. Locking the file sync should only be done after the flow points have each been carefully evaluated. I'm gonna say, let me back in. What's this? Okay. No, once locked, the areas will now. Actually, let me turn that back on. I might have messed up the first one. Where's that sample at? Oh crap, it's coming back.
All solutions precede problems.
I'll wait till he leaves. Alright, you can turn around now.
Hard to get into good sleep cycle. These constant permutations upsetting everyone's natural logos.
You gonna turn around on what? Alright, here he comes. Oh, he ain't hear me. He ain't see me. That was super easy.
Indelibly eradicate algorithmic dissonance.
If you're done, evaluating my work and all settings are final, enter the terminal command to void the oxygen from the test chamber. The experiment will then begin. Commendable effort scrambling those settings.
You are quite welcome. Oh, oops. Wait, what? Alright. Let's start it.
Did it work? Did it work? See, Bonjour, was it a success? What happened?
Hold the applause just yet. I need to run the numbers. I'm sending the others back up to you. They can describe the proceedings in detail.
I shall await their arrival. Anchor's Brun out. That is how these messages end, yes? If not, farewell.
The results of the experiment will be a career-ending embarrassment for Anchoress Brun. But she won't accept this lightly. We'll need to do more.
Yes, our next steps here will be crucial. I know this type of mission well. Granted, my targets were always meticulously well researched beforehand.
You'll need to convince her, destroy her logic, end this research for good.
How are you supposed to do that?
All it requires is a forceful array of incisive argumentation, logical reasoning, coercive persuasion, and cognitive contortioning.
You mean one of our old brain-off maneuvers? Really? That's what the rank and file in our old department used to call it. Provost Bolding considered it a casual moniker unbefitting of an order scientician.
Make Brunn give up on science, logic, and reason entirely. Then no one will ever dare continue the research again. Between you and Marisol, it should be a light challenge. Easy.
So, seriously, that is our only option?
A brain-off against an order anchorite isn't entirely without risk. We could employ certain other methods to deal with her. From our former department's playbook.
Oh, yes, a book you wrote titled Making an Execution Look Like an Accident. Despite the moral quandary ideally involved, unseen consequences still abound.
That's hyperbolic at best. Data suggests significantly fewer unpredicted outcomes than outright murder, if properly executed. And I'm quite capable of skewing results in our favor.
And here I thought you'd begun to change.
What are the potential drawbacks to a logic bomb?
Success isn't guaranteed. A fair degree of cleverness is required. But you would have the help of someone reasonably intellectually nimble.
I would be willing and on hand to assist, and the other option would remain if we botch it.
We should try to undermine her confidence. If we fail, accidental death is our fallback.
Seems reasonable. Appreciate you listening. Murder shouldn't be our first option here. Too many drawbacks, both mathematically and ethically.
Honestly, I'm relieved as well. I have been trying to be different. From the person others believe me to be.
From the legend? If you're retiring as the endpoint, we'll need to find you a colorful new sobriquet.
This is my first brain off. Any advice?
Typical argumentation may prove useless, and she'll likely see through most attempts at deception. Be clever, unpredictable, surprise her. But in the event you should fail, you'll need a viable backup plan, or it will erase any chance of success completely. The Anchoress is housed in a test chamber similar to this one. It's been refurbished with some rather tacky furniture, but much of the old experimental apparatus remains. There is a hatch near the elevator upstairs. An external ledge leads to a vent system that can connect the two chambers. Doing so will expose the Anchoress to a lethal atmosphere. I'll need to make an announcement afterward that an accident has occurred tied into the experiment.
For an extemporaneous plan, it's not a bad one. What if the Anchoress realizes what we're doing and calls for help?
I'll cut off her comms when she begins pleading. Oh, that sounds even more heartless when I say it out loud. Please choose wisely.
Alright. I'll try my best.
Here's the hatch key in case you need it. May all your endeavors elicit expected results. And Marisol, do keep out of trouble.
This is her last. She looks like Sam Fisher.
There you are. You saw the experiment through to the end, yes? The data hasn't arrived yet, so please do tell. Was it as beautiful as I imagined? Any inklings to the result? Or perhaps I oughtn't to have recloistered myself till after the experiment concluded, Well, don't just stand there. Tell me everything.
Seer was very thorough, but there were some issues.
Some issues? You seem like softening the blow. Was there a malfunction? Was there some error in the calculations? Wait. Let's start from the beginning. Step me through your understanding of what's gone awry.
The experiment was deeply flawed on a conceptual level.
Really? In what way?
Spawning a Fox miniverse to solve the universe doesn't make a lick of sense. Since when do order scientists believe in cutting corners? I thought you were meticulous.
Solving the universal equation demands considerable thoroughness, but also requires all possible efficiency. Though, that said, it's true that we must guard against skimping unduly, to any extent that might introduce error. This was just a start. Such models typically make an enormous amount of errors at first. All quite expected. An anticipated setback, nothing more. It simply needs to be revised and refined. You certainly seem to be making a lot out of this, though, one must say.
Anchorage child doubted your plans. Her final words claim you've been swayed by flattery.
I miss her skepticalness and insight. If we could agree on a topic, there could be little doubt in its logic and rectitude. Look, there may be some validity to some of your points, yes. But we'll improve. We will continue to stride forward. There's absolutely no need for all this doom and gloom.
Oh, crap. Oh! Are you sure? Because our predictions simply both are inevitable if you pursue this.
Oh, is one of you a seer now? Because I put considerable more stock in the prognostications of the Order's prime mathematicians than I do any old run-of-the-mill soothsayer. Now, is that all? Because I think I've had enough of all this. Everything we've done here is built off Seer Bujold's research, which is quite brilliant.
The experiment failed terribly. Your career is over. Time to retire.
Really? Will I become a laughingstock among my peers? Have the whispered jeers begun already? No. Calm down. Breathe. You've faced setbacks before. The experiment data just arrived in my terminal. Allow me to eyeball it a moment. Perhaps there's something here to help prove or disprove any of what you've been saying. There was some variance to the input data. Not far beyond acceptable parameters, but curious. Could explain the failure.
Still sounds with the margin of error I maintain the underlying science is off.
Oh, come. One bad test wouldn't mean the science is completely flawed. This has been a difficult conversation. Challenging.
Alright, let's kill her.
At times compelling. Yet I remain unswayed.
If I may, I have a point I'd like to add.
By all means.
There's a critical flaw in Seer Bujold's approach I think best illustrated by this English phrase. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana. I much appreciate this jest. Very simple, yet clever. Because in English, the word like can mean similar to or I prefer. And flies can be to soar, or plural of the insect. Through this perspective, it functions, makes sense, is humorous even. But in another language where words' meanings differ slightly, it does not. The framework we interpret the statement from changes, thus rendering it uninterpretable. False. Bujold's method of shortcutting the universal equation is much the same.
It lacks context. When you extrapolate the data from the mini-universe to the larger one, the information itself may scale correctly, but fail to interrelate. This little colloquy has proven rather arduous, and your points fail to... Wait. Considered as a whole... Damn it. No, I see it now. You are correct. We have obstinately and misguidedly blundered along.
I would say any way to fail that.
Flaws in Bujold's research now seem apparent. Time for me to admit my errors. I'll need to inform everyone. Shut down research and operations. What will I do now? There's no place for me. Go. Leave me be.
Our work here is done, it seems.
Like, it feels like I could have failed all the...
Fellow scholars of the Order, this is Anchorus Byrne, with an unfortunate announcement. Our experiment today was a failure. Our line of inquiry has proven intrinsically flawed. I became dazzled by bold, captivating ideas and ignored bad science. I am hereby canceling all related research, shuttering the program, and resigning from the Order. If I have any final advice to impart to all of you, it is this. Never follow your hearts.
It feels like I could have just said anything, and then up to the point where I let the lady talk for me. Ooh, what's this? Where am I going? Oops. It just wouldn't matter. Alright, not here. What was that?
I understand now why they say never meet your heroes, Intercessor Delgado. You've truly been an enormous disappointment. A key experiment fails and Anchorus Brun abandons vital research right after you and your consort arrive. And we are all to believe these events were unrelated?
That's circumstantial and more than a mite bit paranoid. I expect better from an Order scientician. Even one from the Department of Applied Scientism.
Don't think I don't see your handprints all over this, Delgado.
If you dug deeply into the research, you have noted his faulty reasoning.
That might have worked on Anchorus Brun, but I've talked to more than 4 people in the last 10 years. I'm not buying it. The Anchoress, poor trusting soul that she was, may have believed you were here in good faith, but I don't. You're looking more and more like enemies to me.
I can tell you deeply want to believe in the Anchorus Brun's and Sears Bujold's research.
You think I'm predisposed to assume their logic is sound and reasoning impeccable? Perhaps I do defer in part where such intellects are involved. Yet, the greater facts of this matter remain unevinced.
All right,
and
kill her.
I remain
Shoot her.
unconvinced.
Shoot her in the face. I need speech 20? Well, that's never gonna happen. See you. So you see far more than Anchorus then. You realize she's more smarter than you. Oh, she's smarter than you see.
Are you done? I know you're to blame. I just wanted to see how far you were gonna take this. I can't believe Anchor's Brunn fell for any of it. Fellow exemplars of the Order, commence hostilities!
You idiot. Hold on.
Please try to limit further damage, Commander.
Wait. Hold. I can't use my slowdown for some reason. Well, that happened.
Not possible unless you help me first.
Happy to help! On the way! To the rescue! Right on scene!
You alright? Oh yeah, I can't help her out. Wait, hold on. Hold. I need to switch back to my armor. Where is it? That's not it. Where is it? Is this it? Nope, that's not it. Where? Okay, here it is. I do so much damage.
Capable of Z activity.
Let's get you healed!
Someone call for a medic.
Let's get you healed!
For some reason, my slowdown is bugged.
No need to converse. Thank you, dear.
Yes, look, it's bugged. It doesn't actually slow anything down. Great game. Loot everything. Grab everything. Apparently there's still enemies around here. Ooh. What is this? Aggravator. Fires tiny plasma heated pellets that gouge enemies. Okay. That sounds cool. You're fine. You're fine. I'm not gonna kill you. Grab that. Sell all this. Well, at least there was some action throughout all this.
Oh, look who it is. The legendary former head intercessor of the Order. Another mission successfully completed. Made it through all that without a scratch, hmm? Glad to see. Here's a future I'd always hoped for. You listened. Didn't just rush in like, I am Marisol Delgado. I am always right, even when I'm wrong.
The credit or blame belongs to the commander here. It was their decision, ultimately.
You forget I know you. You always thought you knew better. No one could ever convince you of anything. Before, that is. Good to see. Maybe you are facing yourself.
There are a few things I'm still not used to saying. I was wrong. I'm sorry. Please. And thank you. But thank you, Anais.
At any rate, I'm off. You all take care now. Marisol, don't be too enigmatic or anything. Try. Before I forget. Meant to give you this earlier.
Let me guess, it's an advanced mod kit. Yep.
Thank you. Anais? Goodbye.
Guess we'll never know what happened to Chow,
Oh, Brun obviously murdered her. Thought you knew that. Perhaps it was an accident. Perhaps she simply wanted to knock Chow unconscious so she could sneak away. Or not. Indefinite immurement isn't for everyone. Even the finest minds may crack under the strain. But her canned, feigned concern about Chow, how she kept changing the subject, both belied an underlying sense of guilt to me.
You sure you're doing alright after all that?
Oh, not really. Not yet, at any rate. Everything's a bit raw right now.
Raw.
But suppose I will be. Thank you, dear.
Might take some time for Marisol to see yet, but I reckon this was the best possible outcome. There's always another way.
Oh, shut up.
She knows that too.
Shush. Alright, that's done with. So that means we're back on the main mission now.
Commander, it's customary to evaluate results after a mission of reasonable significance. Would now be good? I've had some time to cogitate over what occurred at Point Obviation. Some parts don't sit right with me still. Wonder if you and I might talk it through.
Alright. You start thinking about what happened to Brun.
A bit, yes. With the work I used to do, I'm no stranger to guilt and regret. Midway into my requisite sleep cycle is when it usually plagues me the most. With Anchris Brun, I know what we did was right. I know it saved lives. But we tricked her. Forced her to doubt her mind. You heard her. She's not just dissuaded. We broke her. And yet, such actions were par for the course for me in the past. When my remorse for Brun rears its head, it will need to get in line.
So what, you wanted to kill her instead? Like, I don't get it. Any blame for Anchor's Brun fault of fate should fall on her and the Exemplar.
Yes, Southworth was complicit. And now she's dead.
At least we won't have to worry about the universe ending now.
Well, one hopes. According to Anais, we greatly reduced the likelihood of that occurring. It's not zero, but completing the brain off lowered the chance significantly.
Now that some time has passed, how are you feeling about how you left things with Anais?
She seemed pleased that we listened to her concerns, so I've changed, apparently. Thanks to you.
The credit's all yours.
No, no. There's plenty of credit and blame to go around. It's been a while since anyone gave me a good talking to like Anais did. And I'll admit your influence has been rather positive. I'm pleased with the path I'm on now. I didn't think this is what the plan had in store for me. I've been facing myself with the same zeal I face my enemies. With tidier results. Appreciate you taking the time to talk it over, Commander.
Of course. No, I probably won't use you ever again. Okay, let's see. Her pistol now charges her. Okay, this is good. She gains a shield whenever you expend the gadget energy. No. Alright, we do that. Alright, back on mission. Alright. You go. Hit that else. Healing and taunt. The best two abilities in my opinion. Okay, let's go back here.
I look forward to the reclamation of the Hyperion web. Hopefully you shall facilitate that. Now, how might we be of use to one another?
Here's the information.
Yes! Excellent! Take that, reductionists! Your horrid little surveillance devices shall finally be used for what their purpose should have been! Don't tell anyone about that outburst, please. Here's something to keep you quiet.
I think I'm more improving myself. Can I meet with the presiding bishop?
I must admit I first had doubts, due to your association with a cultist. But yes, you've earned not only my trust, but the Order's as well. I hope you'll continue working with us. I've informed the presiding bishop you're coming to speak with her. She can be found in the room off the main stairwell. I'm sure I don't need to say this. But if you even think about bringing harm to Ruth, I shall know. Be on your very, very best behavior.
All right. Who's this?
Hello, stranger.
Ugh.
Mercenary. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Any undue rage you note in my tone is not at all related to the recent coup in my beloved protectorate. I do so dearly love residing in a nest of traitors, waiting for them to capitulate, unable to aid my fellows at home. It is truly a wonderful feeling.
Wait, he's protectorate. Call me a mind reader, but I think you may want to be somewhere else.
I cannot leave. My sovereign-given task is to bring the Order back into the Protectorate fold. But now it seems as if I must also bring the Protectorate into its own fold. One deed at a time, Philo.
Philo. The coup was pretty nasty surprise, huh?
I've proudly served the Protectorate my whole life. Now look at it. Traitors from without, traitors from within. It's enough to make an old man despair. That consul, I never trusted that miserable bastard. His betrayal is so galling, I'd almost care to join the armed forces to bring him to justice myself. But my hands quaver with age, and the Sovereign has tasked me with my own duty. I must see it to completion before all else.
Didn't expect to see anyone from the Protectorate in the heart of the Order's territory.
I am not just anyone. The duty of a liaison is of the utmost importance, requiring due diligence and delicacy. Though I suppose it a mite strange that this task fell to me, as I'd urge the vehement tanning of any wayward body bent on disrespecting the Protectorate, which would now include the Protectorate at large. Madness, slandering my beloved Sovereign, following that feckless consul, makes my blood boil.
Didn't you see this coming?
I had reason to suspect the consul for some time, but this is beyond the range of simple suspicion. Some subjects had begun to doubt the Sovereign's ability to lead as his father had. But I did not expect them to turn so openly. Anyone who didn't side with the Sovereign will pay, sooner or later. You may count on it.
If you hate the Order so much, what are you doing here?
Hate is an inaccurate phrase. I find them arrogant and exasperating. Without the Protectorate, this little organization would have no holdings to squat in. I am here because the Sovereign has tasked me with bringing these wayward, pretentious toddlers back into the Protectorate fold. Unfortunately, my time here has taught me that only mass death has the power to change the local hearts and minds. Perhaps enough will be alive to save afterwards.
I think someone called a consulator would be more friendly, polite, diplomatic.
Listen, you. The Protectorate does not do delegation. The Protectorate has a will that must be upheld. My presence here is a display of more faith than these fools deserve. Niceties are irrelevant, and likely detrimental to the task at hand. I am here to make the Order see the error of their ways. All other particulates are frivolous.
All right. Whatever you have to say, mustache man. What's this?
Ah, there you are. I was informed by Gertie you've agreed to help us reconvene negotiations. With your aid, Auntie's Choice and the Order will soon be rivals no longer. Just think of all we can accomplish if our two sides reject fractiousness and combine our efforts. Remember, seek out ways to help both sides. Engender trust. Gertie and I will let you know when it's time to move forward.
You can rely on me, Vicar.
In the meantime, I might recommend you work on honing your oratory skills. Our presiding bishop and Auntie Cleo can be challenging to debate with.
All right, Frederick Douglass. Ten.
The Order has always proclaimed patience as a virtue, but I am pleased my waiting is finally at its endpoint. For so long, you have only existed as numerical values on a chart. A bright star in a constellation of possibilities, as it were. Now with your arrival, the Order nears the totality of its goals, provided you are willing to stay aligned with our cause.
Okay. You're doubting my loyalty. I'm not the one who helped DeVries blow up Horizon Point.
As I told you in my message, a splinter group was responsible for recruiting your fellow agent and tasking her to perpetrate that heresy. The conviction of those radicals was such that they elected to perish from exposure to Cloister's wilderness to avoid fouling their predictions and my interference. Their interpretation of the data was at odds with mine. I forbade them taking action. To no avail, obviously. I disavowed their actions then, as I do now.
Hear that now? She disavowed them. Guess that makes it all okay.
That sure will be some comfort the next time one of my stumps seizes up.
This kind of collateral damage is precisely what I was hoping to avoid. But that is the past. We must look toward the future now. Now then, I gather you already know who I am, but science has shown that good manners strengthen developing relationships by 5.3%. So, allow me to introduce myself. I am Ruth Bassar, third presiding bishop of the Order of the Ascendant, supreme calculator, and, plan willing, the architect of Arcadia's prosperous future.
Quite the interest. What is that machine you were in?
My sensory deprivation chamber. I spend the majority of my days closed inside the silence, dulling myself against the tedious excesses of the body and mind.
Why in the world would you want to do that?
Want no longer factors into my decisions, but I can see how that might confuse one of such spirited bearing. I am using the chamber to prepare for a test of significant endurance. I think it best to leave the discussion there for now.
It's an honor.
I admit, when I sent my initial message, I did not exactly know who its recipient would be. But I trusted the plan, and lo and behold, it provided you as the solution. Your recent exploits at Greater Tranquility Station have certainly made for compelling reading material. Confronting an assassin, and thereby sparing the delegates' lives before the rift inexplicably destroyed the station? Such a commendable effort is worthy of acknowledgement.
Let's not waste time rehashing the events of Greater Tranquility Station.
Very well. We are here to fashion the future after all, not litigate the past. However, there's something of even greater import we must discuss. I just received the most curious transmission from Auntie Cleo. She wishes to discuss a partnership of sorts, and I heard you were the source of this plot.
Yes. That's correct. Is this something you'd be open to?
I must admit I have significant doubts about colluding with an entity like Auntie's Choice. Why should the Order agree to even entertain the possibility?
Simply put, we got the troops, the firepower, and the know-how to beat the Protectorate. Respectfully, I think we both know that your forces can't do that on their own.
Military support loses its usefulness quickly in times of peace. It is that which gives me pause, among other concerns.
I consider you a wise leader, Bishop. Wise enough to see the potential benefits here.
Wise enough to recognize the perils, too. But the right course often involves remaining open to new possibilities. Auntie Cleo has already proposed a secure conference room on board the Undisputed Claim for our use. I will await your arrival there to mediate.
Okay. I guess I go back. Where is the landing pad? It is somewhere. There we go. Can I open this yet? No, I cannot. Oh, a lot of fast traveling in this.
Live, love, laugh, purchase, and consume with Auntie's Choice.
So where do I go from here? You lack the authorization to enter. What? Do I talk to someone here?
Welcome to head office tower.
So I talk to you?
Commendations on so successfully climbing the corporate rungs. Everything seems to be going according to plan. I've even heard tittering that Auntie has taken notice. When you meet with Auntie, be accommodating but also bold. Raise the issue with her if she doesn't raise it first. Performing more labor for Auntie's Choice will inevitably bring our fair corporation into further conflict with the Order. So we only have one shot at this. Make it count.
And maybe I'll mention it, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens.
How enigmatic. I'd offer you luck, but I trust you have the skills to not require it.
Well, it says I need authorization. Oh well, I'm going anyway.
Look who it is, the instigator of this little affair. Her mathematicalness should be along soon, unless the leader of the Order's too busy crunching numbers to attend to business. There we are. Apologies for the delay. We were resolving some technical issues. Cloister's atmosphere has a tendency to... Oh, yes! Regale us with a thorough account of Cloister's atmosphere. Spare no detail. This must be Auntie Cleo's trademark wit.
Oh god, here we go.
I expected better.
Settle down, both of you.
Don't take that tone with me, little Agent So-and-so. I've strip-mined the assets of tougher sorts than you for far less. If I was discourteous, I apologize. So long as our mediator proves up to the task, surely we can remain civil. If not, these negotiations may prove short indeed.
Would advise you to kiss and make up accomplish anything?
No, it would not. From where I'm positioned, I sense 3 sore points still in need of massage. Point 1, control of the archive. Point 2, oversight of production and distribution of skip cores. And point 3, management of Rift technology.
Ooh, that's, I don't know. The most important thing is to decide first who gets control of the archive.
Before we go any further, I want it in writing that the Order will take full control of the archive without interference from Auntie's Choice. What? So the Order can set it fruitlessly idling for another few centuries? We would put it to far more practical use. Imagine the marketing strategies it could develop.
I would sever my own hand before giving custody of the archive over to a corporation. Humanity's ascension depends on its calculations. No, such a condition is out of the question.
How about the Order gets the archive but directs some power to an ad campaign?
I am amenable to that proposition. Less work on our part.
I'm waiting to hear an argument that would support such a ludicrous proposal.
Oh, God. If Auntie pays the Order for access, that income could fund more scientific research.
No one said anything about paying, but, it would be a pittance compared to the future profits we might derive.
Involving money in science seems questionable, but having access to Auntie's resources would be useful for our research. Fine. Yes, I agree. Reluctantly.
Ruth, I commend you for being so receptive, and I assure you that Auntie's Choice values science. Nothing bad has ever happened when science and commerce are combined.
On the subject of science, it would be most prudent for us to discuss who will be overseeing the management of skip drives, specifically the production of skip cores.
No one understands production like we do. Besides which, we have far more experience using skip drives. It was how we came to Arcadia, after all.
Where Auntie's Choice manages, the Order would undoubtedly excel. Do not exclude us from consideration merely for lack of experience.
So you ramp up production? And then what? Hand skip drives out for free to whoever wants one? Preposterous, and a waste of a perfectly good monopoly.
We would be diligent about who we licensed out the skip drives to, and a monopoly over space travel is precisely what I wish to avoid. This technology should benefit all humanity.
Ooh, I finally get a speech check. What if the Order drafted restrictions to curb abuse while Auntie's handle production?
That assumes Auntie's Choice would even abide by such a list of restrictions, and which would almost be impossible for the Order to enforce.
Not to worry. We can build a regulatory commission to oversee production and make sure everything is up to Auntie's Choice and Order standards.
Wait, not to worry, we can build a regulatory commission to oversee our production. Hold on, wouldn't those regulators still be in your pocket?
Oh, partiality concerns are a thing of the past. Obviously, regulators would be incentivized to care most about the safety of the consumer. You know, right after production costs.
As would the likelihood that we will eventually improve upon it. We shall allow Auntie's control of the current design. There is still the question of who takes possession of the Protectorate's rift technology once the war is finished. Although the science is still largely theoretical, this technology could be used to not only close rifts, but create new ones.
Why are we creating new ones?
A dangerous power indeed, left in the wrong hands.
The Order would fritter away valuable time endlessly hand-wringing what to do with the technology. Auntie's Choice would actually use it. For good, of course. In a gainful manner.
crazy idea, but maybe the Order and Anti-Choice can share the technology.
A 50-50 split? But that's so equal.
Imagine how magnanimous Antis will look to Arcadia's population.
Goodwill rarely converts well into bits, but I suppose I do take your point. If Ruth's open to it, I believe I can agree on the general terms here. And, well, we can haggle over minor quibbling details like percentages later.
I shall look forward to brokering the math with you, Cleo. There is one final matter I wish to discuss. I require some chemicals that I have been told are manufactured at a plant on Praetor, controlled by Anti's Choice.
That doesn't sound too difficult. Auntie, can you help with that?
I know which plant you're referring to, Ruth, and what comes out of it is hardly safe for general use. Out of professional curiosity, what could you possibly need with such dangerous compounds? Running a little experiment, are we? On what? Or whom?
That is, quite frankly, none of your concern.
Well, it's Auntie's business now, Ruth. You two are working together.
Precisely. Partners don't withhold secrets, although they can and probably should withhold extremely dangerous chemicals if not properly notified of what they will be used for.
I will make no progress with my request without further explanation, will I? While the Archive is an infinitely complex machine, an equally complex apparatus has been designed which allows one to interact with it directly. Brain-to-logic assembly, as it were. Unfortunately, this headgear exacts a rather tremendous cost on the wearer. A certain panacea is needed to survive it, but I require these chemicals to finish it.
You seem nervous, Ruth. Is something more to this drug you're not telling us?
Perhaps I have not been entirely forthright. This treatment will enact a permanent change in my personality. Irreversible. But it will not cost me anything I would lament losing.
And I thought we were the ones who threw caution to the wind. Ah, well, Ruth, if worst comes to worst, I'd be happy to serve as a substitute teacher for the Order.
A generous offer, but I fear you lack a certain number of qualifications. Conscience, for example.
If you make this bet, you're wrong in any way, the entire Order will suffer.
You sound just like Laureate Beckett. I weary of having this debate, especially as I can never seem to win it. Very well. Never mind about the chemicals. Now is not the time for risky experimentation at any rate.
Oh, bother. Here I wanted to see Ruth lobotomize herself. Oh, well. Best I'll say is today's outcome is workable. Barely. Our gains were not as exclusive as I had hoped they'd be.
Arriving at any arrangement even remotely equitable was statistically improbable. Be glad our mediator managed to find a middle path forward.
I'm just happy you two were able to reach an agreement.
As am I. You certainly have a way of curving probability into your favor.
Well, that'll be all for today. Don't forget to purchase the latest in Auntie's Choice products out on the value-added Esplanade, or enjoy a refreshing cocktail at the Best Choice. And do come see me personally when you have time. I have just the thing in mind for an accomplished freelancer such as yourself.
One moment. There are still the logistics of recapturing the Archive to consider.
We'll of course provide our expert troops to support these efforts. Have your people call my people to sort details. Toodaloo!
Brusque as ever. Auntie's troopers will certainly help us manage the Protectorate forces easier, especially if supported by your help. But it would be irrational to expect you to endanger your own life without a more specific strategy in place. Fortunately, I have already given this some thought.
Let her continue.
First, we must reclaim Spirton from the enemy. Spirton once served as the Order's headquarters, due to its proximity to the Archive. Its loss was an affront, and remains so. Unlocking and calling that lift can only be done from within the Archive, however. So you will need to infiltrate the Archive by alternate means, via a bridge connected to Newton. Fortunately, I am told you already dealt with the cultists there. Unfortunately, you will still need to find a way past a small rift blocking the bridge.
Good news. I'm in possession of a device that can temporarily close rifts.
Ordinarily, I do not fancy surprises, but you are proving an exception to that rule. With such a device in hand, bypassing the rift should be as rudimentary as pie. And perhaps at some later date, you will also permit our scientists to analyze this gadget at length in one of our labs, provided all goes according to plan.
So retake Spirton, infiltrate the Archive, and unlock the rift. Got it. Anything else?
There is a computronical key that you will also need to locate within the Archive called the Calcaduceus. The Calcaduceus grants special access to the Archive. Once it is back in Order hands, we will have full control over its systems once more.
In exchange for my help, I want to use the Archive to analyze some rift data I have.
Until the Order has control over the Archive again, this discussion is all but moot. You know what must be done. May you achieve progress in accordance with the plan.
Can't believe I just watched peace made between the Order and Auntie's Choice. Seems like a dream I'd have after eating too many woolly curds.
Alright. I'm pretty sure Auntie wants to talk to me. Hopefully she gives me a gun. Not a science weapon. And I hope it's not a melee weapon either. Ooh, I can open these. Spacer's Choice. Look what he done to my boy, the Moon Man. Right. And I endorse this message. Take all that.
We've successfully co-opted yet another of our rivals. Can't believe those eggheads accepted the deal. What's next on my agenda?
That outside contractor is here. You requested a brief tete-a-tete.
Oh, God.
There you are. Our fresh-faced new go-getter.
What the?
We meet in the flesh at last. You've proved quite useful. Keep it up. You'll be going places. You don't seem much put off by my appearance. Good. I have no stomach for those with no stomach regarding me having no stomach. It is, however, something of a brand secret reserved for only the most trusted confidants. And covered in detail buried within the confidentiality clause you agreed to on arrival. I trust this presents no concerns for you, yes?
Well, ain't meaning no disrespect. It's just everyone was saying that you were focused on a product launch or avoiding assassination attempts. That's why you weren't seen in public.
Poor dear, believing that erroneous drivel. You do know I have a reputation to maintain. I can't let every rung leech know my condition and open the door for plotting. I ask again, do you have any problems with the previously mentioned stipulations?
How are you alive right now? What happened?
For Unfortunately, when you're the head of an advanced medical technology corporation, you become first in line for any experimental life-preserving procedures. As far as what happened, I was the victim of an unfortunate industrial accident shortly after we arrived here, the details of which are less salient than the details of what comes next.
Let me guess, you want me to go harvest you a new body?
Not exactly. Well, exactly. But not in the way you think. We have a mission for you that is vital to Auntie's Choice's survival.
We've uncovered an opportunity to procure me a new, audaciously improved replacement body. There was a past proposal to utilize grafts, but once I saw what happened to those misfortunates in the experiment, like your hanger-on here, the idea was promptly abandoned.
Wait, are you saying that the grafting program was only started up to help you with your condition? And was shuttered because it couldn't?
Yes, keep up, dear. You think we would have invested money in such a risky procedure for gains on the battlefield? Well, that's what bombs are for.
That means your scientists lied to us, and our suffering didn't mean anything at all. Is that right? Me and mine were just lab sprats to you this whole time?
This is what you signed up for. Tell me, did you also believe that we came here to solely liberate Arcadia and not for its resources? Oh, you did. How sad.
Just some Mars attacks. Since you're about to have me slaughter a bunch of people again.
I'll have you know, we at Auntie's Choice are far from blood simple. Where's the profit in killing all your enemies when you can co-opt and sell goods to them later? Tut-tut. No, to find me the perfect body, you'll be assailing an inappreciably populated, automated automech factory over on Praetor.
Of course I'm going back to Praetor. Oh my goodness, dude. I hate this. What can you possibly use at an automated factory?
That facility was designed to build complex automechs, a natural choice when the Protectorate began experimenting with a proxy body for the original Sovereign. It was the last in a long line of his ill-fated life extension experiments. Work halted when he died, and the torso prosthesis they developed has been locked in the lab ever since. Make it mine.
How do I make that happen?
There's a sub-facility beneath the automech factory. Its entrance, being hidden, is easy to miss. But we can show you how to find it.
Well then, fetch me my new body and we can finally begin bringing this system to heel.
Amazing. Warring life support functions will cease. I guess that's if you wanted to kill her. Alright. Back to... Oh, I could have just flash traveled from there. Alright, guess we're going... Ugh. Fast traveling all over the place again. Oh, she gave me a key, didn't she? No. Okay. So it's right here. She's literally just ahead. Search for the mech body. Enter. Lubricant. Rocket pistol. Notes on the voluntold. Experiment 1, decapitation of our first volunteer's success till the body rejected the organ, remains cremated. Second volunteer put up a fight. His organ was damaged and of no further use. Must remember to keep the volunteers isolated from each other. After mounting our third volunteer's organ upon the body awakened and pulled my assistant's heart out of his chest. Much to consider. Results promising. Remains cremated. We exhausted our stable volunteers from the prison population. Oh, it was literally just go here. I mean, I thought it was gonna be like a totally new area. Oh, well, at least some fighting. That was it? Really? Okay. Landing pad is here. Wait, heck? Okay, good.
And consume with Auntie's choice.
Soon I'll be able to leave this office in my stuff.
Oh.
Finally! Finally! Do you have it? Did you bring it here?
Yep, here you go.
Splendid. Oh, splendid! We'll ensure your reward matches the ample amount of faith I've placed in you. Nay, exceeds it. No additional hidden clauses. Honest. Oh, let me see it. Yes, indeed. Oh, let me look at you, gorgeous. If you'll all just excuse me a moment as I slip into something more formidable.
She wants to start killing people.
There you are. Congratulations. Now your body's almost as intimidating as your mind. You've narrowed the gap quite a bit.
Oh, Auntie, you look amazing. Absolutely everyone will want a new mech body after watching you strut the walk.
What about you? What do you think? Any first impressions you'd like to share?
You might want to put on, like, that outfit back there. Just saying. Left leg servo looks out of line. Might need a new, whatever that is. Otherwise, factory reset. Refresh.
Wonderful! Exactly the effect I was hoping for. What's more, it's an
Actuators.
undeniable confirmation that the Archive-derived strategic plan can be reliably executed and produces incredible results. With their predictive abilities refining our planning and execution, our market dominance is a foregone conclusion. Yes, so much to do, and we have you to thank for making it happen. I am quite looking forward to you working for me further.
Okay. I wasn't even paying attention. What did she give me? It was a melee weapon. Did she give me at least? Did she give me an armor set or something? Where did I get this from? Ignores a single incoming hit every 10 seconds. Wow. Oh, that's really good, actually. I'll just need to get this mod for the, oh no! Gain 10% max health. I still like that. I don't know. I think I like this more. It's the same outfit, just different color. I think I'm hanging on to this one. They're basically the same, but it's just the mods. The first mod is different. Ignore a single. We'll see. I'll put it on. Alright. Main mission time. Capture Spartan. Oh, what? I keep forgetting to fast travel. I don't have to do this. Actually, hold on. Armor. I could use this. 10% damage resistance. It's pretty good. Alright, we put this in there. Whoa! What was that? I don't know what the heck that noise was. Liberate Spyreton. Alright. Let's do it. Following some fighting. Oh look! It's the boys.
You're the one responsible for us working with these short-sighted consumerists, hmm? Well, better additional than subtractional, I surmise. It is time, yes, that we commit our forces to your intended assault on Spyreton?
Wait until I disable the turrets. Once that occurs, you clear to attack.
Ooh, a change in plan. An unanticipated, strategic refinement. We shall await the signal, but should the situation deteriorate, we will intercede. Our scheduled reinforcements should be here in no time. I'm sure they'll arrive at the most optimum moment.
Alright, I'll take out these turrets, and then you come in and help. Alright, let's switch to this rocket gun. That gun stays, and this gun stays.
Ready to waste it, on your command.
Alright, turret's down.
Someone call for a medic. Out of sight and on the way. Happy to help. Discreet.
There they are.
Squaring up!
Business rival!
Bullets, I must expend on these fools.
Seeking cover.
Forever vigilant.
Clear. Let's stake our claim.
It's not even that hard. Game is super easy now. Just one tap everybody.
My academic rivals are no doubt sitting comfortably in probabilistic analysis and obfuscation right now.
Let's loot everything that's in here.
I understand this spot has strategic significance for the defense of the archive, but it is horrifyingly banal. I mean, I've been stationed in some backwater burgs in the past. Seriously? Do these order eggheads do anything for fun around here? It's all map charts and chalkboards, and how many abakai does one outpost need? Hope they never retake this place, because I'm throwing all of it away.
hear treasure. Yep, there it is. But that wasn't treasure. I got lied to. Let's see. Is there anything else around here? Seems
No
like
chance they'll take this place from us again. No how, no
Alright, everything's in there. What's over here? Access defense systems. Yeah, don't have to do anything with that. Oh, I haven't saved in a long time. Hold on. Huh. The little roar. The little roar. Rockets explode into smaller, larger radius. Okay. Who's in here?
Sealed. Protectorate's work, no doubt. Isn't there supposed to be a way to unseal this near the archive's entrance?
As predicted, Spireton is ours. Above average work. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have numerous calculations to think about.
I think I could just fast travel over there. Yeah. I already crossed the bridge, so I don't have to do all that again. Yeah, I already crossed that. Crate full of mysterious rations. Investigate the smell. Yeah. Yeah, I already did this. Anything over here? Nope. Alright, the archive. It's a whole city down here.
Dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
Given how entrenched the Protectorate are here, we ought to consider a strategy. Crossing our fingers don't count.
Maybe we ought to sneak around a bit first, find a way to undermine their forces.
Ain't opposed to that, but I reckon our better bet is bringing in some backup. There's a reason folk go on and on about strength in numbers.
Okay, can we signal our allies to send reinforcements?
Now the Spartan's ours. We should look for some way to access the lift controls. Call the cavalry down from within.
From the lowliest subject to the most exalted vigilant, we must all fulfill our duty to the Protectorate. We're all in this together.
Alright, let's focus on getting reinforcements then.
Now that's a plan I can get behind.
Prudence dictates we cherish all we have and defend it.
Looks like it's gonna be a fight. So I got plenty of ammo. Yeah, I got plenty of ammo. I'm good. About this. And yep.
Assessor Ostergaard making a mess of things again.
Prudence dictates we reject individualism in all its many forms.
Well, there's no way to get past this without fighting.
Question the paradigm. Perhaps a brief visit to mental refreshment would put him on track.
Take again.
Easy. Oh, I could have just snuck past him. Oh well. No need. Plasma grenades. A group grenade.
Prudence dictates we rout all disruptive influences.
This way.
It's not just a good idea, it's the law. Mental refreshment centers are
Insert mysterious ration. Here we go.
Remember those rejected grapple craft materials that got shipped here? I sold them to a Protectorate officer who
A sound.
Now, sound. We already went through this.
Stranded on a hostile planet, day 35. Brought to you by the frigid cold and voracious wildlife.
What is this?
Noted self-taught survival expert. Myself. Oh.
Oh.
Not sure how you managed to approach unnoticed. Could be I'd grown so attuned to my surroundings, I became one with the wood and fire and the earth. Were you left behind by your unit too? Are you in need of some hard-fought knowledge about how to fend for yourself? Must say, I've become quite the expert. Why, after only just 2 weeks on my own, ascertained how to pry open a rations tin unaided. Did you know there's a little opener key attached? It's all going in my manuscript.
Fascinating. What other sage bits of survival wisdom do you have to impart?
So glad you asked. I've recently evolved into a rugged, self-sufficient individual, fully accustomed to life in these caves, living raw and pure like our primitive, lice-ridden ancestors. Why, just the other day, I reinvented fire. I found a little doohickey I've named a light starter. You simply push a button, and flame comes out.
A lighter. You must know a lot about the surrounding area, like the archive?
Yes, indeed. I know this cave and several of the adjoining hallways, like, well, someone who'd scoured every inch for the barest sustenance.
Have any ideas about how to undermine the protector forces outside the archive?
You might call in reinforcements if the Spyreton lift controls were working. I happen to have its missing components in my possession.
Give it here. Will you consider handing them over?
I might be convinced to part with them. For a small favor. Some key legwork for a mighty hunter. Me, I'm fixing to take down one of the local ursopods. A few sprat corpses would be helpful as bait. Gather some, and we'll make a trade.
Oh, look at that. I already have some. Here.
Finally, give it here.
Suppose that beats auto-cannibalism.
Sorry you had to see that. The parcels of victuals my neighbor sends over the tube have fallen off recently. Barely eaten for days.
Tell me about this neighbor of yours.
Sent me over a bunch of recordings, along with victuals. Offered some sound, if harshly put, advice. Looked out for me like no one's ever. Never even seen him face to face.
I'm sure they're fine.
I do so hope he's all right. Anyhow, suppose we had a deal. Here, I wrenched these parts free out of the Spyreton lift controls. Just jam them back in there and kick it once or twice. Should work fine. Drop back in again sometime, will you? Occasionally, I do get a little starved. For, company.
Nah, weirdo. You stay here.
Hoyt. Name's Hoyt, right? I've noted some right sophisticated interactions among the Krabbels lately. Intricate courtship rituals. Coordinated group efforts, all about thermal transfer. When my unit was first stationed down here, I kept making excuses to sneak off and observe them. Product research, I said. Very hush-hush. Eventually gave my lieutenant a field promotion and ordered them all away. Been living off the land here like the Krabbels ever since. Their unfertilized roe actually makes for some good eating. Included some with this message. Eat up.
Pneumatic tube deliver drop snacks off somewhere else in the Underlands. If the origin were discovered, you could pass an object back through here. plus the Spartan lift control constant innards. Slot the missing components.
Both our forces and Antis await your command to proceed.
I'll sub-fund up their defenses. Help me finish the job.
Executing primary operation. Now!
Here they come. Oh Lord, they're coming.
Reinforcements incoming. Finally. I'm getting tired of doing everything around here.
You may want to wait until. I guess I got everything. Got him. Oh, why are you attacking me? You guys kill him. I don't want to get any demerits. Thanks, I guess. I could easily do all this by myself. I really don't need any reinforcements. Wait, that's my teammate.
Talk about a feat of industrial engineering. Skill alone.
Wait, what?
Stick close together. Wouldn't want you wandering off and getting lost.
Why should what? Why did they attack me? I want this armor. I'm sure I can open it somehow. So what? What's my reputation with them now? Trusted, respected. All right. Ain't my fault she attacked me, or he attacked me, or whatever attacked me. Headgear, a melee weapon, and a suit. There has to be a way to get this open.
Galcaduceus, not detected. Entry kindly, yet firmly declined.
What was in those rations?
Ew.
Oh, will this gastric nightmare never cease? Oh.
Phew, been there. You just need some trip teas and you'll be on your way.
Just a moment. Forgive me. I found myself irregularly indisposed from one direction or the other.
Pardon us if we don't shake hands later.
You were mentioning some non-protectorate medicament?
Afraid I don't know what that is, but I trust a protectorate medicament would be superior.
Seems I need a Calcadacus, whatever that is. Oh, that AI. To get through that door, do you have it?
I am the Archive's current operator. As such, I am the bearer of the Calcaduceus.
Calcaduceus.
Still have trouble saying that.
What is a Calcaduceus?
It is part ceremonial item, part computronical key. Grants special access across the archive by transmitting a series of advanced calculations when waived. If you have cleared our fortifications outside, I worry what has happened to our troops. I have little interest in sharing their fate. I would pass the Calcaduceus on to you in exchange for granting me safe passage. The archive would then recognize you as its operator.
You can't leave. I may need your help with the archive.
By all rights, I should fight against you to my dying breath for the Protectorate, rather than concede the Calcaduceus, for all it would serve. No. Capitulation I can stomach. Collusion I cannot. I refuse to assist you more.
Alright, give and go.
All right. I am providing you the Calcaduceus. Don't shoot. Here, you are now operator of the archive. Congratulations. Be warned, you may find it a temperamental machine. Some maintenance may be required. Is there a particular... I feel rather... wobbly.
Ew! Oh. Well, I mean, that sells that, I guess. Got that Calcaduceus.
Calcaduceus detected. Alternative operator postulated. Concluded. Harmonizing replacement. Greetings, sentient. Welcome to the archive. I am EUENIAC, the Universal Equation Numeric Integration Analytic Calculator. With the aid of my operator, I, a non-sentient inorganism, marshal vast computational resources across the moon of Cloister.
Are these some sort of AI?
That, I fear, would be a misleading choice of words, as it implies a form of sentience or cognition. Applied statistics might be functionally more apt. My express programmatical purpose is to aid humanity's advancement, to optimize profits, i.e. gain over expenditure, to maximize the needs of our society above others, to attract the most consumers.
A little percussive maintenance might not be out of place here. I've got a wrench might do some good.
Beg your pardon. How may I best facilitate your efforts?
What just happened? Are you okay?
Due to incomplete reprogramming efforts by differing operators, I am experiencing sporadic fluctuations in my emphasized categorical imperatives. Tonality and cadence weightings within my communication protocols are likewise similarly affected.
In layman's terms, we're experiencing a distinct difference in opinion.
Caused by intermittently vacillating fundamental shifts in priorities.
One would assume that calamity enough. But wait, there's more.
Calculatory processing presently hovers around 49.7% capacity due to internecine conflict, misuse, and a lack of technical prowess by recent operators and their associates.
Tell me about the calculations you perform for other recent operators.
Auntie's Choice attempted to formulate a foolproof marketing plan. A charm offensive to reintroduce itself to the main colonies, once this pesky rift issue is resolved by others.
The Protectorate ran rift calculations, then utilized me to assist with organizational matters, to approximate the paradigm, a system devised to replace the loss of the Order's predictive input. Based on the increasing rate of rift fluctuations, I estimate that your inquiry is rift-related. To that end, we should best get started before we are consumed by them.
Yes. Begin the processing of the rift data.
Perusing contents. Anatomizing diversiform particulars. Concatenating manifold integrants. Cursory assessment complete. An impressive accumulation of rift data. Similar in composition, though decidedly not in scope, to that provided by the Protectorate.
Information with the potential to offer unique commercial opportunities to those who wield it.
But why simply huck goods better, when such a bounty could be used to flawlessly regulate societal harmony, oversight, and means of production? What is the aim of your query?
I seek the means to permanently close the rifts.
The previous operator, Assessor Ostergaard of the Protectorate, pursued a like query 1 year, 6 days ago, though the amount you've provided is several orders of magnitude larger. To perform similar calculations of larger scale at current suboptimal levels of functionality would require
25.7 years, and any job over 2 decades is billed by the hour.
Any way we can get that down to more like 10 minutes, maybe 5? You mentioned your calculator, your calculatory processing is around 49.7 capacity. Can we raise that?
In order to improve calculatory processing of rift data in a timely manner, repairs must be made to address the damage done by Protectorate and Auntie's Choice operators.
Just tell me what to do.
I am unlocking access to the Underlands, the subterranean cave network below. It houses 2 key external systems, cold storage and thermal transfer. Cold storage will require servicing before you may retrieve the punch cards needed for processing. Repairing thermal transfer is technically optional, but rather advised. If you fail to restore it, the archive and I may melt down later while running your calculations.
Why is that optional? Our continued existence should be a paramount concern.
Restoring the thermal transfer certainly sounds important. Why is it optional?
When active, the archive generates an enormous amount of heat. Normally, it is dispersed by pumping water between the vast ocean below Cloister's exterior and a surface reservoir. I can process the rift data without its repair, but irreparable damage is likely. Yet, with thermal transfer presently idle, a contingent of Crabbles have made the area a nursery. Drastic changes to heating levels may endanger it.
Who cares about a herd of pea-brained, ill-humored, oversized crustaceans? There are too many as it is.
A job worth doing's worth doing right. Besides, I can't imagine the presiding bishop being best pleased by us irreparably damaging the archive.
Does the Protectorate and Auntie's Choice intend to cause much ruin here?
It is difficult to accurately ascribe an exact causal breakdown between premeditated sabotage, collateral harm, technical ineptitude, and willful hijinks. Attempts by non-order operators to reprogram my priorities have also led to issues.
I'll be on my way then.
Return later to discuss the remaining subsystem work. And soon, everything will be running like clockwork.
Have a profitable day! In lieu of my transactional mindset, I'm unsealed one of the display cases in the central entranceway. The Seer Cerebellum Protector is now yours.
Oh, thanks. Wait, you only opened one. Oh, this head, I'm trying not to wear this helmet. It looks ridiculous. So I got 2 things to do. Oops. Secure the archive. Oh, well, that's what I'm doing. Search, yeah, might as well do both. Like, why would I not do both? Wait, where's that at? It's not here? Okay, this goes to a whole entirely new area. Okay, I'll do that next time then. It's just getting late. Alright. We'll proceed with the main quest next time, which is tomorrow. And we'll take it from there. And I'll end it here. Okay. Alright, thanks for watching, and we'll pick it up next time.